look at that scale and say, never again. I'm never going to be this person again. I'm not going to be the person who's laying on her deathbed because I was too fat, I was too lazy. What's up, everybody? It's me at this channel is now called Beards and Bars. Beards and Bars. I keep changing it, but it is what it is. My interests keep changing it. So Beards, because this is always going to be here. I shouldn't say always. You never know, but I don't think I'll shave it, and my wife doesn't want me to shave it. And Bars, because we're talking about barbells in this, and also motorcycle bars. So that's where the new name comes from. Rebranding real quick. We've got a new store up. I'm gonna post a link. Post a link in the video. You know what I'm saying. I'm gonna post a link below the video. I don't know if I'm gonna edit this out, so y'all might get my mistakes in this video. But what I want to talk to you all about today, and I've got my notes here, so forgive me for looking down a few times. I'm going to talk about what I did to get from 258 pounds on December 23rd last year to today, April 19th, 2023, just a little under 4 months. I'm now down to 223 pounds. So I'm going to talk about the steps I took to get to that and steps that you can take, or maybe you can fudge a little here and there. These should work for you, but if not, you know, you can do the thing. So let me start off by saying, you've probably heard this 1,000 times from other motivational speakers and videos, you have to find your why. Why do you want to do this? And it's got to be a kind of a deeper why than just, I want to look good. On December 22nd last year, I had my physical. I went in, got the blood work done. I do this every year. Usually my numbers are okay, but not great. But this particular time, I went and got my blood work done. They came back the next day and they were not good. Just so happened the next day I had an appointment with my endocrinologist. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. And as I was going to that appointment is when the numbers came back, and I was kind of glancing at them as I was driving to the appointment. Yeah, I was on my phone while I was driving. Sue me, forgive me, whatever. And I looked at them and I knew the numbers were bad, but I was kind of ignoring them a little bit. So when I got to the doctor's office, we were going over some stuff, and he asked me if I'd had blood work done recently, and I said yes, I had. And I said actually they just came through, and he pulled them up on his end. If you don't know, my chart is a thing that a lot of doctors have now, and you can get your results before they do. So he pulled it up, and he was looking at it, and I'm not trying to be stereotypical, but my doctor's Indian. He's like, oh no, these numbers no good. Looking through them, he's like, oh, this bad. Oh, we must change, or you plan funeral. You change your lifestyle, or you plan your funeral. And he's kind of said it tongue-in-cheek like that, but it hit me really hard. And I was like, he's right. If I don't get this under control right now, I will be planning a funeral before I'm back here for my next physical. So, kind of lit a fire underneath me. I have a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old and a beautiful wife, and I want to be there for them as long as I can. And knowing what I was going through, what I was doing, was not going to get me here as long as I could be. Sure, I might live till I'm 80, 90, who knows how long I'm going to live. But was I going to live the best life I could possibly live? Or am I going to be a couch potato, getting fatter and fatter and fatter? I was at 258 when I went to that doctor's office. I was close to 260. I was close to 270. I was getting, 300 was not that far away, guys. It was a real possibility that I could be at 300 pounds by the end of 2023. And I did not want to be there. So my why became, I was disgusted with myself. I knew I could do better, and I wanted to be an example for my children. And also, I wanted my wife to think I was hot again. I know she loves me and all this, but I wanted her to think, yeah, that's my man. So a lot of those are kind of superficial, but deep down, I wanted to be here, and I wanted to be here the best way possible. I didn't think it'd be fair to my family for them to have to bury me and go through all that emotional stuff, the financial burden of what that would bring. That's not fair. That would be selfish of me to do that. So that became a why. So find your why. You got to know why you want to do this. If you have your why, that is the biggest motivator, and it will keep you and it will push you, especially in those beginning stages. Second thing that you need to do is know where you are currently. you can't be in any kind of denial, and I'll tell you how I did this. First of all, I weighed myself, 258, that was the number. And I decided at that moment I never wanted to be at that number again. I have a scale that measures body fat percentage. I don't know if it's accurate or not, but it was still pretty high. And another thing I did is I took a picture of myself and I posted it somewhere, and I'll get into all that here in a minute. So you got to know where you are. Get a scale, weigh yourself, be honest with that number. Don't try to fudge it. Don't try to step on the scale and step off or make yourself feel lighter or whatever. Weigh yourself naked or with boxers or bra and panties or whatever. That sounds creepy when a guy says that, but I digress. Weigh yourself in whatever you're going to weigh yourself in, and be honest with that number. That is where you are right now. Be real with it. If you're fat, you're fat. It's the honest truth. I was fat. Okay? I was fat. People were telling me. Pudgy was a word that was used to describe me. I had people tell me, Donnie, you got to lose weight. You got to lose weight. Blah, blah, blah. So know where you are. So here's what I did to also know where I was. I wear an Apple, well, I don't wear an Apple. I wear a regular watch, but I also have an Apple Watch. So for 2 weeks, I wore my Apple Watch consistently, almost 24/7. Only took it off if it needed a charge. And by doing that, it gave me an accurate, or whatever, I don't know if Apple Watches are accurate or not. I'm not getting into that science. Accurate enough for me, but I got an accurate measurement of the calories I burned per day. And I didn't do anything special. I didn't do more exercise or less exercise. I went about my normal day. Even though it was right around Christmas, I still went about my normal day. And for those 2 weeks, I was burning right around 22 to 2,300 calories per day just by existing. My existence burns about 2,300 calories per day. I was eating way more than that. I wasn't tracking it, but I know I was eating way more. So what I did, I went to my MyFitnessPal. Y'all should know what that app is by now. If you don't, look it up. I went in and made some goals. I wanted to eat 1,700 calories a day. I know that sounds low, but it's doable. I promise, and I'll get to some of that here in a minute. So my calorie intake was going to be 1,700, maybe 1,790, closer to 18, let's be real. About 1,800 calories per day is what I decided that I needed to eat, and stay as consistent with that as possible. So, but I didn't do that every day. Monday through Friday, I ate around 1,800 calories per day, tracked everything from the most minute piece of bread or whatever I was eating up to everything. Saturday and Sunday, I kind of backed off a little bit, maybe ate more towards maintenance on those days, maybe ate 22 to 2,300 calories. But for the most part, at least 5 days a week, stayed in a pretty hefty calorie deficit. Also, along with that, 4 days a week. I don't know if you can see the rack here in the frame, but lifted weights 4 days a week for around 45 minutes. And I also did cardio for 30 to 45 minutes. I do that 6 days a week. Sunday is my day of wine. Saturday is my day off with cardio and weights. I don't do any exercise at all Saturday. So, calorie deficit, working out, lifting weights, cardio, that's sort of, not even sort of, that's what I did. Along with that, daily tracking. I kind of touched on this a second ago, but daily tracking. Every day since December 23rd, I have gotten up in the morning. I get up around 5 or 6, depending on if I have to go to work or not. If I have to work at 5, if I don't work, I'm at 6. Do my coffee, then I go in the bathroom, and I take a daily progress picture every single morning. That is not, I've not missed a day since December 23rd. And I upload that progress picture to MyFitnessPal. There's a place in there, if you go in there and on the menu, there's a place for progress, and you can go put your weight in, or where you put your weight in is where the progress picture can go. And if you post a picture every day, I think that helps with consistency. And the other thing I did every day since then is I weigh myself. Not first thing in the morning, I have my coffee, then I go do the picture, and then I weigh myself in my boxers only. I'm not going to post a picture of that. You're welcome. So, weigh myself every day. Now, some people are going to say, oh no, you shouldn't weigh yourself every day because the weight is inconsistent, blah, 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 and all that. So know that going in. You might weigh yourself Monday morning and be at 250, and then go in at Tuesday and be at 251, and then next thing you know, Wednesday you're down to 249. But the idea there is, first of all, it's probably averages you're looking at, so look at week by week by week. And I'll post some charts in this video. I think I can do that, of how my weight, even though it kind of does this, over the last 4 months, it's dropped dramatically. So that's what's going on there. And you may decide that you want to weigh just weekly. That's fine, whatever works for you. The reason why daily worked for me, so then I wake up on Wednesday and I'm like, now I got 5 or 6 days before I weigh in again. I can just kind of fudge it today. I'm gonna have this chocolate pie. I'm gonna have this Coke. I'm gonna do all this stuff. I'm just not, I mean, Coca-Cola, not Coke. No, we don't do that around here. But just pig out, because I know I've got 4, 5, 6 days before my next weigh-in. Next day, same thing. I've still got 5 more days before I weigh in. I can kind of pig out. And then maybe, Thursday, Friday, start to eat a little bit better. Saturday, Sunday rolls around. I'm kind of crashing a little bit, but not really doing my best. And then Monday, really crashing the diet. Step on the scale Tuesday, and 1 or 2, 3 things happen. I either have dropped weight, and I'm thinking to myself, well, it worked. I'm going to keep going with this. I didn't lose weight, and I get discouraged, and I think, well, it didn't work, so why try? Or the weight stays the same, why try? So by weighing myself every day, I know that whatever I do today is going to be accountable tomorrow. It may not show up on the scale tomorrow, but I know full well that me personally, it's a mental thing or whatever, I know when I wake up at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, I'm stepping on that scale, and I need to do right today. So that scale looks good tomorrow, so the scale looks good Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and all that. Are there days that, like this morning, let me go back. Today is Wednesday. When I stepped on the scale Sunday, it was at 227. The last 2 days it's been 223. I know I might step on I might step on that scale tomorrow and it'd be up to 225. But like I said, the number consistently is going down. Consistency, speaking of consistency, you have to be consistent every day. It is a grind. This is not an easy or simple or whatever thing you want to do. It took you a while to put on that weight. You look back at the years, I don't know how old you are, but you look back over the years, you had to kind of work to put on that weight. I know it seems funny to say you had to work to put on weight, but you had to put on that weight, and it took time. So it's going to take time to get it off. Be consistent, folks. I know that's tough. Take it a day at a time. Take it a week at a time. Whatever it is, take your time doing it. If you go back to your why and you remember why you're doing this, it gets easier and easier. What are some other things? Let me grab my notes here. Intermittent fasting, I don't know if it works or not, but I sort of do it 5 days a week. And I say sort of because in the morning when I do my coffee, I do put a little bit of sugar-free creamer in it. All the hardcore people are going to say, no, that breaks your fast, and it probably does. But for me personally, it kind of curbs that sweet. I have a bad sweet tooth, really bad sweet tooth. It curbs that a little bit for me, and it keeps me filled up until I do my time for me to eat my first meal. My work hours are very early in the morning, so I actually stop eating around 5:30 or 6 o'clock at night, and I don't eat again until 9:30 or 10 the next day, for the most part. As far as some bonus things to think about with losing weight, don't necessarily have a goal number in mind. And obviously, if you're here and you're watching this, you want to lose weight. But I caution you against having an exact number in mind. A couple years ago when I talked to another doctor about losing weight, and I wasn't serious about it this time, I was around 265. And she asked me, she said, what is your goal? Weight, what do you want to weigh? I said, I'd like to be about 190. And she looked at me and she kind of nodded her head and she was like, when you get to about 225, check and see how you feel. Check and see where you are. You might be surprised at how you feel and how you look at 225. So, I mean, I'm right around 223 right now. I want to lose a little bit more, but kind of looking back at what she said, kind of right. I kind of like where I am right now. I want to cut a little bit more fat out. But I say that to say, I'd rather be 220, 225, lean, muscular, looking good, versus 190 and skinny fat. So don't necessarily look at the number on the scale as your final destination. This is why I say take pictures, because even though the scale might trick you a little bit, pictures won't lie. The picture I posted in my thumbnail, if I can get that to work, I was at 228 in that picture, and honestly, my abs looks better in that picture than they ever have. So, and that was at 228. I've lost 5 more pounds since then, and abs don't look as good as they did in that other picture. I'm trying to get them back to that point. But yeah. So don't necessarily look at a number as your goal versus how you look, how your clothes fit. My clothes, I was in 38 jeans. I'm in 34, 35 now, and I'm gonna have to buy new jeans again. My shirts, this is kind of baggy on me now. It fits okay. I'm wearing a large for the most part now. Extra larges are starting to look like a tent. But you'll know if it's working by, you'll feel good, you'll look good, your clothes will fit better, they'll fit different. You'll have to buy new clothes probably. When you look at the pictures, you'll notice a progress. Like I said, pictures are key. I don't think I've really stressed that enough in this video. Take pictures every day. That will tell the story more than any scale will. Do daily pictures, I promise you. Load them into MyFitnessPal, they store them, you're good. Okay, we're back. You're not gonna share those pictures with other people, so you're good to go on that. And finally, one cool thing about weight loss and getting healthy and all that, I was at 258 when I started. My goal is to be about 200, I don't know what my goal is. I said don't set one. I have a number in mind, but it is what it is. I don't have to wait until I'm at that number to feel good about myself. I don't have to wait till I'm at 200, 195, whatever that number is. Folks, when I started doing this, 258, and I started doing it for real, when I was down to 250, I started feeling better. When I was down to 240, I felt better. 235, I felt better. 230, whatever the weight is, I kept feeling better. That's the cool thing about weight loss and getting healthy. You don't have to wait till you're at your goal to feel better. You're gonna start feeling better immediately. You're gonna look in the mirror and look at your pictures and you're gonna grow confidence immediately. But don't let the immediate confidence and all that keep you stagnant. Let it be a motivator. I look back at, and this is funny to me thinking back on this. December 23rd was D-Day. It was the day that I started doing this. And I remember showing some before and after photos from 4 weeks later. And I was already looking better, and I showed it to some of my friends, posted it on Facebook and Instagram, and had some compliments like, Donnie, you're looking good, whatever. And I look back at who I was on January 23rd compared to where I am now. What a difference there. But I'm saying that to say I was already feeling better and confident and all that stuff just 4 weeks in. So that's like I said, it's the cool thing about weight loss and all that. You get to feel good sooner than you reach your goal. But don't let that keep you from reaching your goal. I hope that makes sense. So again, find your why, know where you are right now, make a plan, exercise, do some fasting, count your calories, daily pictures, daily weigh-ins, and just have some fun with it. You're gonna feel good, you're gonna look good. I think if I'm not mistaken, the first compliment I got, or first comment I got about my weight loss is probably about 3 or 4 weeks into the process. So yeah, you're gonna notice your own weight loss progress before others will. But once others start recognizing it, it feels good to get those compliments. But inward validation is a lot more important than outside validation. I'm kind of rambling at this point, but that's key, guys. Be consistent. You can do it. I'm just a normal dude I have a full-time job. Fitness is not my life. I have 2 children. I have a wife. I'm at church every Sunday. I love riding my motorcycle. I'm busy. I don't have time to sit here and be some fitness guru influencer or whatever you want to call it. But you got to make the time. I've advocated for a garage gym for you all. Do it. If you can't do it, get to the gym. If nothing else, get some kind of little cardio machine, put it in your living room, put it in a corner. While you're watching your TV shows or YouTube videos, get on the freaking cardio machine. Do something. Get started today. Start tomorrow morning if you're up late at night. I don't know. Start. Make today the last day that you're going to weigh whatever it is you weigh right now. Look at that. Go weigh yourself. Look at that scale and say, never again. I'm never going to be this person again. I'm not going to be the person who's laying on her deathbed because I was too fat, I was too lazy, and I'm going to put this burden on my family because I was a selfish person. Don't be that person anymore. Don't be that guy. Be here for your family, be here for your wife, be here for your children, and get started. What are you doing? There's no excuse. I shouldn't say that. There's probably some excuses, but you probably don't have one. It's probably not you. So stop. Get to work, get leaner, get stronger, and see what it does for you. I bet you'd like it. So that's it. That's all. Check out the merch store in the link below. We are beardsandbars.com. We got some t-shirts, got some beard products. Beard, not beer, or whatever with that. More stuff to come. We got stuff for the men and the women. And just enjoy my goal. I'm not going to say what my goal is for this. I don't like announcing things. So y'all have a good day and do your best. Thank you.